Thanks so much for being here today. I want to know how people do this. What do the people around you make you feel? Does their presence bring joy, or are they draining? Your power, and making you think having real friends in life, loving family friends, and helpful. Having friends is a valuable gift that helps us feel happy and at peace, but not everyone in your social circle has the same good effect. And believe it or not, the appearance of relationships can slowly destroy your energy, happiness, and mental health. Friends aren't hard to find. In fact, they might be the why you don't trust yourself or feel always caught up in pointless drama and stoic thought. Tell us that, hold on tight, life is too short. Having relationships that hurt you, so if you're not sure who should stay and who needs to watch this video, now 5 kinds of people you should stay away from becoming friends with right away to take care of your mental health and your peace of mind. Let's dive 1. That friend who always needs something. One friend who always needs. Picture this. You have a friend who, whenever someone calls or texts you, you know they need something because you're happy to help the first time. Because you're nice the second time, you think they're in a tight spot, but by the third, fourth, and then every single one, the talk is about it's clear what they need from you. I see you more as a resource than a real person. Friends. This doesn't mean you should cut friends with anyone who asks for help. Is about helping each other out. Sometimes you need them, sometimes you need them, but when one person gives up on the relationship, when they only come to take and leave as soon as they get what they want. Need to ask. Ask yourself, is this friendship good for you? The Stoic way of thinking tells us to think carefully about the ties we remember, that a real friend cares about you, not just when they need something, even if you just need someone too. If you have friends who only take and never take away from your happiness, not only hurt you, but they also, how important the friendship is itself. Use Lucas's story as an example. Eric was his friend, and always I borrowed some study tools and asked Lucas to help him fix his computer, being a nice person. Luke always helped, but when Luke required help with a significant job choice, Eric didn't pay attention or ask questions and looked like not waiting. That's when Lucas realized Eric didn't really care about their friendship, and all the help he gave went away not seen. Why did Eric act this way? Not because he was a bad guy, but because Lucas did not setting limits. When you always say yes, you should never ask for anything in return. Accidentally teach other people that your kindness can go anywhere and be taken anywhere. I know this isn't your fault, but it's a fact that you need to figure out how to handle this. Putting up barriers doesn't mean going through. You don't have to say no if you think it's cold or selfish. Everything they ask, but you should make it. It's clear that friendship goes both ways. Street. Say something soft to begin, but firm. I can't help you this time, but I hope you find someone else. Answer. This not only keeps you safe, but also teaches them to value your kindness at the end. Remember that you don't need to feel bad about putting your energy and peace first. Stoic. Philosophy stresses that you are valuable. Doesn't depend on how other people see you, it comes from how you see yourself. Don't fake your kindness, but don't let it open the door for other people to come in. Benefit of getting rid of people who only take gives you time to invest, and people who are real friends and bring giving your life meaning and joy. The friend who lies to you. Friend who lies to you. Have you ever been friends with someone who every trouble is your fault in some way? If so, your friend may be trying to trick you. These kinds of tricks don't work. Let you feel bad about yourself. Make you think about your own. Truth be told, gaslighting often happens. It looks like care or kindness, but is along with acts that make you feeling lost and lacking in trust. Think of a friend named Brian. Whenever his plans fail, he always blames you, mess up everything he says. But he There's no way he can know that he's often late. Or, if you're not ready, Brian might even make you feel like you're the one making things worse, letting you know I care about you, but you make things so hard these days. Even though words may sound loving, they're meant to make you doubt them, yourself, without talking about the real question. Why would a friend act this way? This is how deceptive people often feel the need to keep things under control, or friends and family, to hide their own fears, or don't want to taking blame, instead of dealing with the real problem they're trying to hide. How can you make yourself feel guilty? Try to find a friend like this. Do they have trends in the way they act? Often go against ICT themselves when they say one thing but do another. In this case, they might say they value your friendship, but don't treat your, or always put what they need before your own. The way you act not only breaks down trust, but it also makes you feel sick. In the way Stoic thought looks at relationships, useful tools for getting through problems. This makes us remember that while we can't control what other people do, can decide how we respond first, then stay calm and think about what the case. Ask yourself, are their words true? Things done. How do I always feel when I'm around? Take them. If you often feel tired, or if you question yourself, it could mean that setting limits is a form of manipulation, the most powerful way to deal with this dynamic. For instance, you could say, I feel it's not fun when it is up to me to take care of things I want for this friendship to be built on. Having respect for this not only keeps your well-being, but also makes you aware of your friend, that the way they act is not okay if they keep acting that way. In this case, it might be time to leave. When you leave a friend, it can be hard, especially after being with someone for a long time, but you deserve friends who really care about you. What do you value most about good relationships? Built on respect for each other and a sense of safety, isn't always on self-doubt in the end. Friendship should never be a place where you always feel like you need to prove it's worth. Putting Stoic ideas to your being with other people can help you find peace. Stay true to yourself and your self-respect. Things that a real friend won't teach you. You should ask yourself if it will help you grow. And stronger. 3. The friend who never gets in touch with you. 3. The friend who never calls. Have you ever felt like you're the only one who keeps a friendship living? You write all the time, calling to set up meetups, and sometimes you think about whether the other person would even know if you. This is a clear sign of a bond that wasn't fair, where all the work to keep the relationship going. It not only wears you out when it falls on you, but it might also make you feel not appreciated. Picture having a friend named Jake. Jake is fun to hang out with. But he never starts it. Get in touch every time you suggest getting. Jake is happy to agree, but if you don't get in touch weeks or even months when you finally send Jake replies to the message as if he's doing you a huge favor just by. Jake might not be a bad guy, I said, but it's clear that he's not putting the but. That doesn't make the friendship you feel lonely in the relationship any less real. Why do some people act the way they do? In this way, they might not understand if you don't think it seems fair. It sometimes matters how little work they put in, comes from not knowing yourself well enough, or just putting other parts of their life first. No matter the reason, keeping a one thought, this kind of friendship could be really feeling. It's tiring. What Stoic thought teaches us, that what makes a friendship valuable is balance and help each other. A healthy friendship is two-way. It's a deal in which both sides benefit. Spend some time and energy when you always feel like putting in work without getting anything in return. It's not just about, this is about your sense of self-worth. You deserve friendships that work both ways. Thank you is a given, so how do you? To deal with this, start by being honest with. Ask yourself, how do I feel after every getting in touch with this person? If the answer is consistently worn out or not liked, it's time to take what to do next. Approach the problem with being honest without getting angry. You could say, "I've noticed in a conversation that I'm always the one who walks up, and it makes me think of this friendship isn't important for." This gives them a chance to change how they act and how willing they are. They are to take care of the deal with them. If they don't change after the talk, think about doing it again, how much you care about the. This doesn't mean cutting friends. They might turn them off totally, but it might mean putting your time and energy into people who really care about you. Appearance can sometimes make a bit of distance, helps us see what something is really worth, what the relationship and you think are worth. Remember that a friendship should. Don't feel like you have to do everything. Heavy Stoic theory says that lifting balance is good for relationships and respect for each other, not duty or being responsible. If you're always carrying the weight, it might be time to ask if this friendship is really worth saying that you deserve friends who meet in the middle, who make you feel not appreciated, not for. The friend who always talks about themselves, weighed down by the friend who always talks about themselves. Have you ever felt that every getting together with a certain friend, it always seems to come back around to them, even if you start by sharing something about your struggles within minutes? The focus quietly changes to their life, their feelings, or their adventures. This type of friend doesn't certainly want to make you feel not paid attention to, but they were for you, can make you feel like a side picture, being a part in your own story, getting together with a friend named Josh. Tell someone about the worry that's getting to you, to get some comfort at work or advice. But within minutes, Josh is telling about how hard he's been working, the problems he's solved, and his own good luck stories before you know it. The talk has turned into a speech about Josh, leaving your issues raised by the way, it's not that Josh is a bad person. He doesn't know that keeping the balance in conversation is important for a good friendship. So why do? Some friends take over talks by this. They might not understand how behavior changes the way some people use being honest about yourself as a way to connect. But when it's only one side, it quickly turns into they talk, you listen, and they vent. You understand. But when it's your turn to share, that they find it hard to repay the pay attention. Stoic thought says that we deserve in a good friendship, both investing in the growth of each other, not only as people, but also as partners in connect with friends who talk about themselves, miss the chance to build kindness, and being aware that this can fade over time. You feel bad about yourself and make you question how much friendship is worth. You take care of this case. Start by thinking about how you feel. Are you tired or ignored every time they connect with this friend? If you say yes, think about having an honest talk with them. Be clear and gentle about it, mentioning something like, "I've seen that. When I try to share, our people talk more about you in interactions. I don't think I've heard a real friend will do this." Take the comments to heart and try to. If they don't change, you might have to think about their part in your life again. A bond that only works for one person, and it's not extremely draining, durable. But that doesn't mean you need to fully cut them off. But it might be needed to tone down the emotional, the time and effort you put into the relationship. In the end, know that you deserve friends who listen and really understand. I get it. Stoic thought tells, we know what makes a friendship valuable, not by how many times they talked, but in how good the link is. A real friend will hurt you and listen to you loved, and never doubt how valuable you are in the 5. The friend who is always negative about you. 5 friends. The friend who always talks down on. We all want friends in life, right? Not only walk with us, but also cheer us on as we go through getting better at yourself. But sometimes the very people you trust can be the source of doubting oneself and worry. Have you ever felt like every time you talk to a certain friend they can make, it makes you feel small, because it's like they can't share their happiness without adding anything to brag, or say things that make you feel a feeling not good enough? Pretend you have a friend. Ryan just bought a new car, which is great, but instead of telling about his excitement or the trip that helped him reach this goal, he turned the talk into a lesson about why you haven't done something like him. He doesn't just share his whenever he has success. He says things like, "I guess not everyone knows how to run a business, like I do with their money records," like, "This doesn't just make you feel behind in the race, that makes you think about your it's worth whatever it takes to tell the difference between real excitement and on-purpose belittlement that some people might not understand. That's how they share their success can hurt other people. But if this behavior turns into a habit that keeps happening and does the same thing over and over again, comparison isn't done by accident. It's the harmful Stoic mindset has a lot to give. A reminder in this case is where you can't change what people do of other people, but you can decide what to say when your friend always makes you feel bad about yourself. Think to yourself, why are you keeping a friendship that makes you feel this? What good does this friendship do to your life, or does it take away from it? Having mental energy, if you understand that this bad mood has been wearing away at your confidence, think about tackling how things are. You can choose to face it with grace, the problem, and let them know how you feel. That friend, be clear, saying something without getting angry. "I feel like this when you say this." If you are mistreated, a real friend will listen and try to make changes to their behave badly. But if they keep dismissing how you feel, it might be time to think about the A connection. But some friendships can be saved by knowing other people. I need to let go of a friend who makes you feel less than all the time, not just hurts your mental health, but doesn't let you reach your full potential. Potential. The Stoic way of thinking teaches us to gather a group of people who will lift you up and don't encourage us with people who bring us down. A feeling of self-worth in the end. Remember that your worth isn't based on what other people say or do to you. You deserve people who like you just the way you are not for what they think you to be. Not having someone in your life consistently makes you feel bad about yourself. It might be time to take a break and look for being in relationships that really honor and help you, respect each other, and hope and support are the foundation of real friendship, and you deserve nothing less if you saw any. Some of what happens in this video is true. With your has had, it might be time to look at your group of friends again. Don't let bad relationships stop you. Being heard is an important part of friendship. Liked and growing together, right? Know any of these types of friends? If so, share one word in the words that show how you feel about that. Speaking up is sometimes the best way to be friends. First step towards getting away from a bad thing. Get in touch. If this video helped you learn more about your relationships, click the like button and send it to someone who could use this message. Don't forget to sign up for Quote Stories Hub and make sure alerts are on for more useful lessons. Glad you watched, and remember, you deserve friends who are useful, happiness in your life.